Welcome back.
What up, though?
We back. We're gonna talk a little basketball.
You know what time it is. Stop playing.
Some stuff happened this week. Everybody knows what happened with Ja, I'm sure at this point. He's stepping away from the team for a little bit. They say 2 games. It's probably gonna be longer.
Well, they said indefinitely.
Yeah.
And
they said at least 2 games.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't know if he comes back this season.
I doubt it.
Especially now there's talks about him having a 50-game suspension possibly. But we'll see. So with that and some other stuff that's come to light as far as like how teams are performing and stuff, we want to do what we think each team will end this year.
Yeah.
So the best way I could find on short notice is we're just going to use a tier list. And we've kind of made it the way that we wanted to make it. So we got teams that we think will make it to the finals, and teams that we think will just make it to the conference finals, teams that are going to make it the playoffs on the top 6 seeds come season end, people that are going to squeeze in through the play-in, and then teams that are just going to be just outside, and then your lottery teams. So I think we can do the lottery teams first, right? So that's Detroit.
It's Houston.
Probably
Orlando.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
I want to wait for Orlando here.
Do you think they're going outside looking in?
Maybe. We can wait though. Spurs.
Oh yeah. Those are definitely the bottom feeders of the league this year.
Is there anybody else? I think I'm gonna wait for OKC as well.
Yeah, I feel like they might shut down SGA shortly, like they did before. Same with Washington. I think they might end up like they're in it still. So I know they're not, but.
Okay.
I think
so, but we can agree on these 4 are definitely
those are lottery teams. The Hornets are probably the only one who's a lottery team not by choice.
Yeah.
Like they just dealt with injury upon injury, and also Miles Bridges being an idiot. So, and just an all around terrible human. But he might be back next year. So,
Yay!
I guess Charlotte. Teams of my youth make it so hard to like them.
Yeah. All right, so what do you want? You want to start with the outside looking in?
Yeah, we can just go bottom up, man. You know what I'm saying?
So outside looking in.
I think we want to start with Eastern or Western Conference, or just in general.
So how many teams do we have left? We have 26 teams.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we need to put 6 teams into the outside looking in.
We got to put 6?
6.
Okay.
Except for is San Antonio Western?
Yes. We got two
of each.
Yeah,
okay, so we need 3 of each outside looking in.
Yep.
I think Orlando's going to be there.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Same with Oklahoma City?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised.
And I would say with them outside looking in, pay attention to them next year.
Especially the Magic. Magic are coming, y'all.
Especially both of them.
That's right.
Because Thunder get Chet back.
Yep. So as long as he can, and the good thing for the Thunder is they don't need him to come be a savior. Like they have pieces. All he needs to be able to do is contribute.
Give him solid minutes.
Contribute, stay healthy, develop. Become a better player. This will be his rookie campaign.
They're a little bit stronger.
Like they're gonna have things that are moving in motion, and Chet is really he should address a lot of needs that they have more in the like a stretch 4. Like he should be able to really help them in that regards.
And with Orlando, I feel like they've kind of spent this season to see who they want on their squad, like who's their solid starting 5, because they've played pretty much everybody on their roster the whole season.
They got rid of Terrence Ross, which was a long time coming, just because he's a little past his prime, and I'm not sure how much he can give to the young dudes on that team. Pretty sure he was he's. By all accounts, he's not somebody who they've had issues with, but I understand the move. Plus, you give him a chance for him to play on a contender, so him getting to go to the Suns, I think was really good for him. But everybody else, they gave up Mo Bamba. Jonathan Isaac had another season-ending surgery, so that's par for the course for them. But you got Bobo, you got Kay Cunningham. Obviously, Paolo's going to be Rookie of the Year. Like, they have a lot of potential on that roster, and I will be keeping an eye on them because they've played hard this year. They've really tried. But they're also not going to make the play-ins either.
All right, so a team that I was thinking who's been on a real downslope
over
the last 2 weeks.
I know where you're going.
Are the Pacers?
Yeah, they're gonna be in. They're gonna be on.
They had a good start. They had a hot start. But I just don't. I don't. Those last 2 weeks have really showed that I don't think they have what it takes.
Nah, their high end, like their top end pieces, are not enough to compete with just the better teams, like the play-in teams. They're not even playing caliber on a night in, night out basis.
Yeah. And I mean, and everybody thought, oh, well, maybe the trade between the Pacers and the Kings worked out for both teams, and because the Pacers looked really good the first half of the season, but they've been on a downward spiral since the All-Star break.
They've been fizzling.
Even before the All-Star break.
It's even before. I know they had some injuries here and there, but just on a night in, night out basis, no. Because Tyrese Halliburton is still putting up decent numbers. Miles Turner missed some games. I think Buddy Hield missed a couple games too, but still, like their overall performance, and then their team as a whole, like they don't have a great bench. They don't have a solid starting five yet. I don't think they got pieces, but was it Mathurin? He'll probably it'll be good for him because he'll probably get a lot of minutes as the season ends. So hopefully he gets some time to improve.
I mean, he had some good minutes prior, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like they'll probably have some nights where he gets to shoot 25 times. Like stuff like that is probably what's going to happen for them, which I don't think is necessarily bad.
So
now we need another Western Conference team, though.
This next team. So in my eyes, this next team, it's really going to hurt me to put them up on this.
And
that's I think the Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
We were big on not the franchise, but the team of players that they had. And do you agree that the Vanderbilt trade, the Malik Beasley,
the Lakers trade just destroyed that team? I wouldn't say it destroyed the team. It destroyed the morale of the team.
It felt like they made a deal to be like, hey, we're doing too good.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. Like they felt like this offseason when they got rid of Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, that like, hey, we want to go full blown reset, and we got all these picks, and we maybe want to give Victor Wembanyama or whatever his name is, whatever.
I know.
I gotta figure out how to pronounce
the big croissant.
Yeah, so they felt like they were going to be in the lottery talks.
Yeah.
But then they came out to this hot start. Marketing showed up out of nowhere because he never got he moved to a system that he could actually showcase his talents, and
Walker Kessler stepped up big for him. Jordan Clarkson continued to do what he was doing when Sexton was healthy, but also because Colin Sexton was missing games, having Beasley and Vanderbilt in order to fill up gaps.
Yeah. And then they traded Beasley and Vanderbilt, and the team really hasn't been the same.
And Mike Conley
Mike Conley.
Like, I mean, I know he's not doing much.
And they got literally nothing in return, except for picks.
Which at some point,
and Westbrook, who they bought out.
Which I know they were kind of doing some salary clearing too, but like you were competing for a top 4 spot consistently.
Yeah,
and then you just
gave up.
Yeah, and I mean, in theory, this wasn't a year where they had high hopes anyway. So
right, maybe they're just looking to build for the future, build around marketing and Clarkson and Kessler.
Yeah, I think
a bad idea. It kind of sucks.
Well, it's year to year, it's hard to be like, okay, we did this last year, we're gonna do this year, because you don't know what's gonna happen. So sometimes it's like, won't you just ride the good wave until it goes down?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a tough choice, but as someone once said, I can't remember exactly who, so I don't want to lie on them, but you can't build for the future and try to win now. You do have to commit to one or the other. The only people that have figured how to even keep it remotely together is what Golden State has been doing, and that's an anomaly. So, again, you really can't do that.
Yeah.
The Lakers were really trying to do that at one point, and they were, paying the price. So, got to commit. But, yeah, they're going to be on the outside. It's going to hurt, but, good. It will be exciting to see them a full offseason, no trades happening, at least we hope. Or at least in theory, they're probably not going to make a big trade this offseason. Maybe a signing, but, see what that group comes back next year. But you guys probably won't make it. Sad.
All right, so that means we have one more Eastern, one more Western team.
Now, this is where you have to start really hurting some feelings.
I know who the Eastern team. I believe I know who the Eastern team that's going to be the outside looking in.
I'm gonna say Atlanta. Who you got?
Washington.
I'm fine with either one of those. Because
I feel like Atlanta's going to make.
I feel like they're gonna be fighting for that last spot between those two teams. What is Atlanta right now? They're
8th right now.
They're 8th right now, so they are solid into the play-in. What is Washington?
They're 10th.
Okay, so they're both in the play-in right now.
Yeah, they're both in the play-in.
Is it the Bulls on the outside right now?
Yeah, the Bulls are on the outside. I believe they make the play-in.
I do think they end up making the play-in just because of the amount of veteran players that the Bulls have. Like, I feel like they should just be able to at least pull enough. Because
plus, Beverly needs his one shiny moment again.
Again, bro, if he doesn't get it, I'm going to be hurt for him. And I think Washington is a worse team than Atlanta. So, yeah, that's fine.
You agree with Washington?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the Western. Who is the outside looking in the Western Conference?
Where's New Orleans right now? Because if Zion doesn't play.
New Orleans is 9th right now.
New Orleans is 9th. Okay. Zion doesn't play.
So, New Orleans 9th right now. Utah is 10th.
Mm-hmm. We already said they're not making it.
Portland is 11, and Lakers are 12. I believe the Lakers will make the play-in.
I think the Lakers are making the playoffs.
The Lakers? You think they'll move up that far?
I think if at worst the Lakers end up at 7.
Okay.
Like, I really think I could see them making that push.
Yeah.
But that is also based on a few other factors. One, LeBron's health, but then also
I don't think they need LeBron to make that push.
They shouldn't. Like, in theory, no, they shouldn't.
You know why? Because of Vanderbilt and Beasley.
No, Austin Reeves.
I mean, Austin Reeves has been playing out of his mind.
Some Rui Hachimura.
I have not been impressed with him. I've been watching a ton of Laker games ever since the trade deadline, and I've not been impressed. Even when they made a trade, because he got traded.
He was the first. He was the first
2
piece.
weeks before the trade deadline.
He was the first piece.
And I just haven't been impressed with him.
He running around.
Yeah.
Is what he's doing out there. He tricking y'all. He running around. I wanted that trade to be good for both parties just because I wanted him to get a fresh start. And, it kind of felt like Washington wasn't doing a lot with him. He was kind of – his growth may have been stunted. Because, different organizations, man, you can thrive or perish under bad organizations. But I just don't think that he is skilled.
My issue right now, so I guess I'm struggling between Portland –
mm-hmm.
and possibly New Orleans. It all hinders because I remember. Well, hold on.
I think Portland's gonna make it. I think Portland's gonna make the play in. I think the Dame effect is enough to get them to the play in.
They're saying that Zion could come back soon.
If Zion comes back,
he has to come back within the next week.
In the next week, there we go. Because you can't expect him to come back. And
with
then
10 games left and make that push.
And you think they're going to go on a 10-game streak?
He has to play at least 10 games to get back into shape.
Yes. I need him to play the last 15 games of the season.
Yeah.
That I can say, okay, yeah, you can make the push.
Then they're making Western Conference Finals. Easy.
Lock it in.
No, so who's the last team not making it?
Right now on the current trajectory, I feel like the Pelicans might fall out. I think it's hard for them.
But Zion's coming back.
So if he comes back, then that means that
there's all hinders on Zion's injury.
All right, let me ask you this question then. How far do you think the Grizzlies fall? Because, bro, they're going to look ugly.
Yeah, I know.
Over the rest of the season. Like, do they fall?
It hurts.
Because I feel like they're going to fall to at least the play.
I don't think they fall out of the playoffs. though.
You think they stay?
I think they stay top 10. They had such a good lead in the beginning.
Okay. Do you think? Because I think they end up in the play-in.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because right now, they're 7 games ahead of Portland. Is that right? Yeah, 7 games ahead of.
What's their record?
No, they're 8 games ahead of Portland right now.
What's their record?
Who? Memphis?
Yeah.
38-25.
And what's Portland?
31-34.
Yeah.
So I think that's 7.5 games.
Yeah. But they both gonna be in the play-in.
Who's outside?
So if Zion comes back, that probably pushes Portland out. You think?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Dame time.
Yeah.
Time to run from the grind, Dame.
He needs another suit. He needs
Time to run from the grind.
a forward. A
Bro,
strong forward.
they haven't been able to get any strong front
They
court
can just
players.
get him backcourt players. Like they had CJ McCollum.
I mean, they've tried. They got him Hassan Whiteside.
Anyways, so they're going there.
Hey man, if Nurkic,
I ain't entertaining that idea.
if Nurkic can stay healthy for more than 40 games a season, like now he's past his prime, like because of the injuries that just have mounted up so bad, he's not effective like that. So yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with this outside looking in. And I know it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt us to see the Jazz go down. It's gonna hurt us to see the Magic. Not so much the Magic, more so the Jazz and the Blazers. I think that's probably gonna be the two teams where I'm like, I know it hurts, but it is what it is. Nothing personal. Okay, just business.
Nothing personal, just business. I don't know what that's
I was quoting Nino Brown from New Jack City. I don't know who you were.
I don't know where I'm going. I'm just doing shit now.
Okay, I feel you.
Well, yeah. Let us know what you think about our outside looking in, our lottery. I mean, I don't think anybody can dispute the lottery.
If you have strong opinions about our lottery teams, then you're not wishing the best for your like if one of those 4 teams is your team and you're like, hey man, I think this is rude. I really think that you should hope that they get to the lottery because it can only make you better. Yeah. You know, so relax.
I mean, look at the Celtics.
Fortunes change, man. You need a couple of dogs, you know what I'm saying, to get you over the hump. I hope Victor Wembanyama doesn't go to the Rockets. All right.
Oh yeah, I hope not. I'm actually hoping he might go to Charlotte.
I think Charlotte would be good just because I want to see LaMelo I want to see LaMelo healthy, but I also want them to have a consistent front court like threat. Like,
but also I think he'd fit. Nah.
If he goes to the Spurs,
that's what I was thinking.
Listen, if he goes to the Spurs, open your third eye, okay? Pop's last run is coming up. Stars aligning. All I'm saying is the NBA has a tendency to, repay or prop up some of the like it's a great story. International player goes to Pop. Pop's like, hey man, I ain't got too much longer. He had Tim Duncan. He had Ginobili. He had Parker. The Tony Parker thing is there, even though Tony Parker's one of the worst teammates, allegedly.
No, that was a fact.
Yeah, that's I mean, he got hit in the eye with a bottle during the Drake Chris Brown thing, so that kind of, karma, there's a little bit of universe working itself out.
Well, yeah, let us know how you think, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll finish up the rest of the playoffs. Peace.